It caught on in a flash.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash.
I'm Luke Summerhays.
I'm James J. Miles.
I'm Andrew Rice.
I'm James the Jester Stewart.
And you're listening to Monster Mash.
And on this week's episode, we're hunting the Nargacuga.
Flying wyverns that have evolved to live in thickly wooded areas. These sly beasts stalk their prey from the shadows with ferocious speed and dogged tenacity. Their massive tails are as dexterous as they are deadly, and powerful enough to slay smaller monsters with one strike.
Our first flagship, boys.
Yeah, this is a popular monster. People like this boy.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that, but mind you, I am hopping on later than everyone else to the Monster Hunter train.
And I'm only just behind you. Jas and Andy, you're like the veterans of the squad.
The
Are
OGs.
you aware of how much people love Nargacuga?
Not until like a few years back.
Well, he's always been a bit of a favourite of mine, but
From like 3 Ultimate, yeah. I didn't realise his popularity
he's a big man.
until then.
I can understand why.
Yeah, it's a really cool design. Like I get that kind of side of it. Like, but I don't see like I never got to fight him in Freedom Unite, but like with the hitboxes in that game like being so bad, I imagine it was like a really pain. And why would anybody like him off the back of that? Because if he was as bad as Tigrex in that game, then just forget it. I wouldn't have liked him at all.
Is it
What I
copy-
wanted to start off by asking about is his design is influenced off the Tigrex, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
because
they're both flying wyverns, so
he was introduced in like the G version, so he's basically just a spruced up Tigrex. But then in
He's
terms
more
of
than that,
like,
though.
you're gonna make a lot of
and in
people
terms
angry
of
if I say
behaviour and
that.
everything, he's very different.
Like, sprucing up Tigrex, how dare you?
Don't get me wrong, I fucking love the Nargacuga, and I know I like it a lot more than the Tigrex.
They're both like really cool, man. I like both of
Oh
them.
yeah, but I think I came to the Tigrex having heard too much about how cool it was, and I was like, yeah, that's right.
I've never really thought the Tigrex is a particularly cool monster. I mean, obviously that's going off topic a bit, but like I thought he looks a bit sort of derpy, whereas the Narg is just a genuinely cool,
Yeah, very
badass.
lithe, panthery.
Bird face.
I just think he's the edgy version of Tigrex, and I think anyone who likes him is a big edgelord. But
He is
yeah,
the main character in all my fanfics.
He has got spikes as well, you know. So it's
oh, he's so cool. He's got red eyes.
But only when he gets angry.
Oh, he levels up. And when women wear his armor, they look all hot.
Does have fishnet armor.
Yeah, yeah. The armor is pretty out there.
The female armor is.
Well, the male armor's kind of like that as well. You basically
the
got
male
nothing
armor.
on.
The male armor makes me think of the baddie from Commando.
Yeah, because of the chainmail, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got to shoot you between the balls.
Let off some steam, Bennett. I've been sort of reading up on it because your boy Gaijin Hunter put out a video basically trying to explain why the Nargacuga is so popular. And it seems it's 50-50 between people who like him for sort of the same reason people like Charizard and Blastoise, because he was the star of their first game.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like Freedom Unite was the game that got most Westerners sort of into it. That's the first big one over here.
Yeah, I'd go with that because I really like Legicrus because Tri was my first game, so and he's the flagship of that, so got a good attachment to Legicrus.
And then the other half of it is sort of like when Dark Souls fans go on about Artorias, just because the Nargacuga is just one of the best pure fights against a monster. Doesn't have too many stupid gimmicks. It's just quick and accurate, and you have to learn how to dodge and pay all your attention and have a good fight with it.
I want to talk about that because I think, and it's probably just my stubbornness at sticking to aerial style, it's one of the fights I've had the most trouble with in the whole game, just purely because he does not stay still. Just jumps around. Don't do it, Andy. He just keeps moving around, and as an aerial style stalwart, you can't really do anything to him.
Yeah. Well, obviously he was the big G rank monster when he first came out, so he's meant to be a tough fight. But I've only done a lot of them since like recently when we started talking about this podcast, and I've been fighting him in adept style, and it's a brilliant fight.
Yeah, it's definitely the best of the deck, because most of these moves, like, they've got easy tails, so it's actually the best. Like, if you want to learn how to use the adept style, then just continuously fight the Nargacuga, because it's the best one to learn against.
Yeah, they've got easy tails, but when they come at you, like, you've got to dodge them.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, like they say, if you're using aerial style, you're jumping, but you're still getting hit.
The only one that kind of still throws me off is like when he sets himself into motion, like he's going to pounce, and he holds it for like a second or two before he actually jumps.
Yeah,
that's the only one I can never kind of tell when to get the timing for the adept dodge.
I think
that almost feels like it's deliberately trying to sort of wind you up on a dodge.
I think if I fought him with a normal dodge roll, it'd be a lot more fun, but it's just, as I said, my stubbornness is getting the better of me. And
either swap him to guild or adept is the best way to go for.
Is he in 4 ultimate?
He's not.
He's not. Because I would have been interested to try and fight him with the greatsword character I've got on that. I think that would be tough but fun.
So like a kind of point, like fighting him with a slower weapon would be interesting, since he's so quick.
He's so quick. You have to.
I don't think I've ever done that.
No, I think
then your draw attack would be the thing you'd have to do, wouldn't it? So yeah, like the red eyes are quite a neat standpoint to his design as well. We've touched on it when he gets all angry, they do flare up, and I think the Gaijin Hunter video you mentioned as well had the reveal trailer for the Narga, and just
where you see the eyes sort of in the shadow of the trees, and then he comes towards you.
Yeah, so that kind of ties in with evolving to live in thickly wooded areas, as the description put it.
Yeah.
Like that's his kind of like night vision, like an owl.
That image reminded me a lot of the film Predator.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Like in the woods, and then you see the red light coming at you, and you're like, oh shit, I'm dead.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
A lot of Schwarzenegger films on my mind tonight.
What's next?
But yeah, really, I think it's most like Kindergarten Cop.
I'm gonna tell you.
I've got no way of backing that up, so I'll stop there.
The Nargacuga is not a tumour. It's quite interesting as well. I don't know if there's any other monsters in the game that have this, but his tail takes 2 breaks to break.
Well, it makes sense though, because his tail does sort of like transform when he's fighting.
Like spiky coating.
Did you say not a lot of monsters do? I think there's quite a few that do, to be honest.
Really? Like,
yeah, you've got.
I think Agnator does it on all that.
Devil Joe, Agnar.
Devil Joe?
Really? Devil Joe doesn't. Nah, I don't think
Devil Joe definitely chips before it breaks.
I don't think so.
Nah, I've never seen that.
It might just be it's more noticeable on Nargacuga than anyone else, because you can tell when he's got his spikes and when he hasn't.
Yeah, especially as someone who's been sort of swording out the tail for quite a while, I tend to notice. This is where I'm focusing on.
Yeah, I left the tail quite a bit in Monster Hunter as well, so yeah, I'll still say you're wrong about Devil Joe.
I swear he has a half break.
Well, you'll have to find out the result of this drama
in like a month's time.
Episode 400 of Monster Mash.
So, I mean, fairly obviously, he is based on a panther.
But obviously, I would have said he was a bat.
I said bat, yeah.
The bat and a panther, like a cross between them.
He's got cougar in his name.
Yeah, but
he makes panther noises. He prowls around like a cat.
But he's got the big bat ears.
Typically, the cats typically have kind of glowing eyes at night time.
They do.
Yeah. You have cat's eyes on the road, don't you?
And cats never stay still when I try and kill them in aerial style as well. So
he came in Monster Hunter, which was the first one directed by Yasunori Ichinose, and it was also the first one with feline comrades. So I'm pretty sure he's a big cat fan, because he introduced a major cat monster, like major cat allies.
Yeah, it must preferred where you can make friend with cat.
Make friend with cat and also kill cat.
He's a bat, I'm telling you, he's not a cat.
He is very much a cat.
He's also
I
very
don't
bat-like.
see it.
He's only
batty
bat-like
wings,
because he's
batty
only looks like a bat because he's a wyvern and he's black.
No, but
No,
he's got
he's
like
got a
bat
bat
wings.
He's got a batty
All of-
face and batty wings.
All of his movements are so cat-like, and he literally makes a panther noise.
Nah, mate.
He makes the sound effect from when they open the fucking deodorant in Anchorman.
Gonna tell Aunt Mary about Uncle John. He claimed me as a music buddy and a lot of fun, oh baby.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree on that, but I see him as a bat. I
Well,
think
his
he gets
name...
references quite often as Batman as well, so you know.
I
Definitely both. You can definitely see both in them. I think there's definitely been influence between a panther and bats, so in the design.
Voice of reason, James the Jester Stewart. What does the Narga part mean, like?
Naga is a dragon from Indian mythology, from Hinduism.
There you go.
So he is just dragon and cougar, is where his name comes from.
Yeah, but they secretly wanted you to think about bats, so.
Well, listen, I'm no stranger to hunting cougars, so
You know, in Japan he's actually called Bruce Wayne Cougar. Should we talk about his variants, because he does have a few?
yeah, he's got quite well because he's quite a popular monster. Obviously, first one you've just got green Nargacuga, which is what he does on the tin. He's green and he's a Nargacuga.
And he's
So that'll-
slightly bigger, usually. So,
That'll be for camouflage, I'm guessing, like you must fight him in green areas.
yeah, you
I
fight
mean,
him
yeah,
in a jungle. You fight him in a jungle area, so
Makes sense.
that's typically why they do subspecies like colour swaps like that.
Yeah.
It's just
Camo-
it's based on-
camouflage.
Well, I was thinking it's like if the Nargacuga's a panther, which he maybe he's a bat, but if he's a panther, then the green one is Battle Cat from He-Man.
I think the other two are meant to be more interesting, but I've
Yeah,
not
then-
fought the Lucent.
No, I've not fought the Lucent yet. Who is got a few extra attacks, shoots out poison barbs and stuff, and most interestingly, can turn invisible.
Ooh.
Which, now that I think about it, is another thing that's a bit like the Predator.
Yeah. Or a bat.
But yeah, then invisible bat.
Surely that's much more like a panther, like, you know, being black and out at night and such.
Well, we're going to say turning invisible.
Cats are renowned for stealth, though.
So are bats.
I mean, Batman is.
Oh, bats! Bats are all about shrieking.
Yeah, bats are well loud.
Yeah, they
So are
need to-
cats.
That's how they see.
And then, most recently, you've got the Silverwind Nargacuga, which is the deviant from
Yeah.
On Some Generations.
I want to read out this guy's description, because it's fucking brutal. So, and also quite poetic as well, which I think most of the deviants seem to be so far.
Yeah.
White strikes like polish on a blade, flashes from a tail that cleave the earth, sunder rock and split the sky. The silver wind summons a gale that slices. The careless fool is unaware until his head falls cleanly from his shoulders. So basically, it's a poem about how he murders people, which is
Yeah.
terrifying.
It's the best
I get-
kind of poem.
It seems to be that because the deviants are, like, you've already had a description for that monster, they're just using it as an excuse to write, like, incredible poetry.
Yeah,
It's like Monster Hunter poetry.
they kind of went. They kind of went
What
all
else
out.
was
in
going
the-
on about, like, roses and stuff?
Yeah, the Rathian, the Dread Queen.
Rathians,
yeah.
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 Yeah, they kind of went all out on the kind of translations for the deviants and for the descriptions of hunter arts as well. A few of
Yeah.
those are kind of quite brutal.
Yeah, Silverwind visually just looks like sort of a more brightly coloured, stripy Nargacuga. But the actual fight was pretty cool because you had a lot of long-ranged like laser beams and sonic booms and stuff with his tail attacks.
Sonic boom. But yeah,
There we go.
again, another cool fight. I think a lot of deviants and generations are, very cool fights. All told. They really speak about the fact that I was just looking at the screenshot on the wiki for the Silverwind. The fact that he shoots spikes from his tail. That's the normal. The normal Naga does that as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Not as much, but yeah.
Again, it's like we discussed with previous monsters, so it's a range thing. If you're caught like far away from them, then that's when you'll do it typically.
Ah, right. So it's like
I
But his default thing is to kind of pounce and jump at you quicker. So like.
Yeah, he moves around so much. You're not very often going to be away from him for any length of time.
Like Volodon's gob attack. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, you need to go through like a long fight to see that. Because when we were fighting the Silverwind, he only done it like twice, but the Silverwind oddly fires these spikes upwards.
Yeah,
like, something's never going to hit you.
Artillery.
Well, one thing I realised it's not as bad as.
Yeah, I don't know if it's for that.
It homes in on you. Like when I was on my own, it was much more useful. As long as I wasn't. If I was moving, it wasn't too hard to dodge. But if I was standing still,
which is odd from our perspective, like because when I saw them firing it, like they just go up into the sky and then I wouldn't see them again.
Yeah, it would do because there's too much confusion going on and too much like movement. Whereas I had to heal and he whacked me with it. So yeah.
And too many sonic booms.
His design. Do you know what it reminds me a little bit of?
A bat.
Is it a bat?
I was going to say
A cat.
Trico from Last Guardian.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought you meant the Pokemon.
No.
I was also confused where he was going with that one. Yeah.
In the way
everybody
that
says
a bit cat, a bit bird, a bit dog, a bit dragon.
Well, now you say that, but in the opening to The Last Guardian, they show you a picture of a bat. So I think you've just proved my point. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, Nargacuga. I mean, deserves his reputation. Cool monster.
Cool fight, indeed.
Cool beans.
Next week, the champ is here. That's right. You can't see it. It's a Senator. So yeah, if you like that, what can they do? Like, tell us.
Well, they can follow us on Twitter at Monster Mash Pod. They can subscribe to us on whatever device they like to listen to podcasts through. Give us a nice rating and a review, 5-star. Tell everyone they like it. Like us on the Facebooks.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've got any friends who are into Monster Hunter, just let them know. Say, oi,
Yep.
this Monster Mash. It's all right, mate.
And this week, we're not going to ask you to tweet AndrewMan949 a picture. AndyMan949, that should be. You're not going to ask you to tweet a picture. Instead, I want you to tweet him a short description of your favourite Arnold Schwarzenegger film. But until then, thanks for listening!
See ya!
It's a village request if anyone wants to throw it up who's not done it.
Guess whose 3DS is running out? Power! Jessica, can you find me some power, please?
It's a big one as well. This is a big Nargacuga.
Fuck me.
Oh fuck, I just saw your health.
Jesus
Jesus
Christ.
Jesus Christ, this is not gonna
Told
go
you,
well, is it?
I told you, man, we're gonna get fucking wrecked off this thing.
Right. Power on.
He's also a much nicer fight in Adept than Ariel.
Yep, I
Yeah,
should have learned.
that's true.
So, Ariel is for Telames.
No. Guild is for the lane.
Guild is for sensible men and women around the world.
Guild is for people who voted Brexit.
Whoa!
I like things the way they were when I was a kid, and I will not be told they should be different or foreign.
Hey, I don't care where your styles come from.
Bushido style, that sounds a bit Asian, I don't like that.
Should probably focus on the
seen
skills who doesn't.
Overheard this thing on the news earlier, like, and in Parliament, where the guy who dropped the fucking, like, oh, it's less like the Iron Lady and more like the Irony Lady towards me.
Red sword, bitch.
Is the streak going to live?
I'm not going to say anything, because you know what happens whenever I get cocky.
Oh fuck, I need to get away from this.
Stay away from what, the EU?
Way.
You're in a mood tonight.
It's like I
There's
started, I
something
can't
set you
stop.
off.
It's Super Brexit Day.
Fucking up!
Wait, was that high rank?
Yeah, it's a piece of piss, guys. Like I fucking said.
4-star's not high rank, is it?
That was very. He said it was 5-star.
Oh, 3. 5-star? Wow, I didn't feel like high rank at all.
We're getting plus
Guga's
parts.
fang, bless.
I did say.
He's dead before he can get my hunter fucking up to max.